how those last 10 minutes, Stevie, it's just changed. The feeling, certainly, in this area.
Yeah.
Well, it's deflating is what it is. You know, you're 5-0 up. The game, the tie is and should have been over. And then my good mate, Mr. Lovren, a horrendous decision, going for a ball he's never going to get, which means that Dzeko has time to pull the ball down and stick it in the back of the net. And the penalty, it's one of those things that happens.
Right.
But the fact is, Roma came back against Barcelona to win 3-0 and go through. So, as much as Liverpool are still favourites, you can't tell me that if Roma can beat Barcelona 3-0, you can't tell me they can't beat Liverpool 3-0.
But you shouldn't be deflated.
But I feel deflated.
Well, that's wrong.
When you go from absolutely cruising, the game, the tie is over, to, oh, wait a minute, now there's a little glimmer.
Let's get back on track. This was a brilliant, brilliant night for this team, this manager, who, we talk about coaches, and forget the tactics for the time being. This is a Liverpool side. This is a group of players that are a mirror image of the manager. Mm-hmm. The energy, the enjoyment, the enthusiasm. And actually, you talked about they played well for 80 minutes. I think Liverpool only played well for 60 minutes.
Right, yeah.
They had a poor 10 minutes at the end, and they were not themselves for the first 20 minutes as they tried to work out the system that Roma were playing and interrupt Roma's possession. Once they did that and got their really quick passing game going, their movement going, get the runners from midfield, they were unstoppable. I thought they were absolutely brilliant. It could have been double figures, and I thought Roma were atrocious. I mean, I really did.
And you're not playing it down by saying it could have been double figures. That period after the break was just sensational.
But if this had been a fight, they would have called it.
Yeah.
It's simple as that. That's how bad Roma was, and that's how good Liverpool were. If you're Roma, what in the world are you doing playing a high line with no pressure on the ball and runners in behind from Liverpool? It was wide open for Liverpool. Once they figure out what was going on, Kolarov gets pulled out wide. That leaves the space for Salah to throw himself in behind. Nobody's running with him. Nobody can keep up with his pace. Juan Jesus defending, no thanks. Federico Fassi defending, no thanks. What is going on with Roma defensively? And the fact that they couldn't figure this out. It happened time and time and time again. Liverpool figured it out. And in the end, you have to say, Mohamed Salah is putting himself in a conversation that I don't think any of us here thought he was capable of putting a conversation. That in the top tier of players in the world, Mohamed Salah has to be considered. The finishes, the assists, the performances, the momentum that he carries for this team, and the electricity in Anfield is something that all of us should be able to appreciate.
You take a look at his numbers, 43 goals this season in all competitions, just 4 shy of the record set by Ian Rush when you were playing, Stevie, with him back in 1984. You kind of, he just gets better and better.
Yeah. Oh, there's no doubt. He's on a crest of a wave, and he needs to enjoy it because there's only been 2 players in modern history able to keep that going.
Yeah.
Season in, season out. That's Ronaldo and Messi. So he wants to enjoy this and savour it because keeping it going is the difficult part. But if we look at it now, it's just amazing. I mean, the goal at West Brom at the weekend was a chip again. I mean, I don't know how many of those little clips he's done. Sure. As you said on the clip, he's panicking. Yeah. I mean, he's just like, he's so calm about it. But he was allowed, particularly as the game went on, the space. Back threes can work well and have worked well when you operate them properly. But when a back three and that kind of system doesn't function properly, it gets picked apart so much easier than a traditional back 4 and 4 in midfield, let's just say. And when your wing-backs are pushing on and you've got the high line, and there's too much gap in there, and you've got quick players, and you get runners from midfield who are not going to get caught offside, you're going to get pulled apart.
As a defender, there's one thing, regardless of how technical the opposition player is, there's one thing that scares you more than anything, and it's pace. Right. So when you're stuck in a back 3 that has no pace against a front 3 that is absolutely ladled with pace, you're panicking constantly. And then you're told to keep a high line. It's absolute suicide. Di Francesco, he absolutely, more than anybody else connected with Roma, should have the finger pointed at him because his tactics were absolutely horrendous. And by the way, they came out in the second half and still did the same high line. So you've got to ask questions of your coach, certainly if I'm on the Roma board, because he, for me, is absolutely culpable. At the same time, Liverpool were fantastic.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, to your point, though, about a back line, okay, the last thing they want to do also, yes, they fear the pace, but they don't want to go and mark out wide either if you're a central defender. You don't want to be 1v1 against Salah with spacing behind, or Firmino, or any of these guys. Sadio Mane, who we saw, yes, he missed opportunities, but there was a speed mismatch that was very clear. The difference here between the Roma that we saw against Barcelona and the Roma that we saw today is that the lack of pace at times for Barcelona did not exploit those same spaces that were there.
Sure.
And so there wasn't an opportunity to get in behind because you don't have that same sort of speed. When Liverpool decided to go, and they decided, you know what, we're not going to bother with possession here. We're going to put it over the top because that's where the space is. They attacked the space, and Roma had no chance.
Lots of the Liverpool great stuff I don't think happens if there's no Roberto Firmino on the side.
Yeah,
right. I don't. His work rate, he's physical, he's clever, his movement is very good, and I think he's always keeping the centre-backs on their toes, and that allows Mane's and more so Salah the space to operate.
You take a look, he's got 10 goals as well as Salah.
Yeah,
so
but
far
it's
this
just
season.
it's his willingness, and that's why he's so integral to what Liverpool do going forward. It's his willingness to make clever runs and walk the channel and hold the ball up and bring people into play and really take the eye of the other defenders that allows the other players the space to go and operate. I mean, he was fantastic. And when people say, well, you know, they beat Barcelona and they came back, can any of us really say they're going to keep this Liverpool team to a clean sheet in the second leg? Does anybody think so?
We'll see. We'll see what the old SBI.
I don't care what the SBI says. You can stick the SBI where the sun doesn't shine.
Gab Di Francesco, of course, getting a lot of abuse here in the studio. He said that he didn't get his tactics wrong after the game.
No, he didn't. He came out and he said, look, the problem wasn't the tactics, as evidenced by the fact that in the first 20 minutes, we were the ones with the crossbar and we weren't really in any real danger. The problem was that in midfield, Liverpool were sharper. They were more aggressive than we were. They were first to the ball. That was funny because they asked Daniele De Rossi about that and asked him if he agreed. And he had to get all diplomatic. And he said, yeah, I can see he'd make that argument. Of course, after about 20 minutes or so, Liverpool were just bypassing the midfield entirely. So we weren't aggressive enough because there was nobody to be aggressive with because they were putting the ball over the top. And, of course, the Liverpool strikers have the sort of pace and the sort of intelligent movement that, as Ali mentioned before, that Barcelona didn't have. And so because Liverpool weren't trying to play out from the back, this whole idea of going and pressing them high with Strootman and De Rossi and Nainggolan, it just wasn't going to work. So, yeah, I think Di Francesco's going to get a lot of stick for this, and rightly so.
What was I thinking, Gab? Same blueprint against Barca. If it works against Barca, it will work against Liverpool?
You know, this is what makes it so odd, because this is not Di Francesco's preferred formation. He made his name playing 4-3-3. He played 4-3-3 most of the year. He says that the formation to stop Barcelona came to him at 5 o'clock in the morning because he couldn't sleep one night before the game. In this one, I guess he genuinely thought that if they could surprise Liverpool by pressing them high up the pitch early on, they could nick a goal, and then they could somehow ride this emotion and win their one-on-one battles. And look, how you think that, you know, Fazio one-on-one is going to win enough one-on-one battles with Salah or with Firmino or whatever is frankly beyond me. That said, you know, they did score those two goals. But again, compared to the Barcelona game, the big difference was the first leg in Barcelona, they lost 4-1, but that was a ridiculous result. They were really close to Barcelona. There really wasn't more than a goal in it. And so, you know, they probably went to the Camp Nou and came back and says, well, those guys aren't so tough. We deserve more from that game. Now let's go and show them. And it's easier to have belief that way. Here, they know in their hearts that they could have given up 7, 8, 10 goals.
Who's going to go?
But is that the subplot? You're behind us?
Yeah, I think so, isn't it?
All right, okay.
Do you not think?
I think Real Madrid 3 in a row.
Yes, for different teams. What's Bayern? I was
I thought it was more about the players. But
setting the scene for Bayern Munich. No, it's about Heinkes coming back, saving the team from Ancelotti, and
I didn't know
leading
you'd
them.
be so excited about this.
It's exciting. It's a good game.
Yeah, it's Real Madrid. Real Madrid. Come on.
exciting game.
Heinkes come on, but he was disappointed in the end. He just never quite got
Up
there.
against his old side.
Yeah, should be a great game.
Good.
Great game. But I'm Real Madrid for me over the two legs.
Just because.
Because they are a better side.
Sergio Ramos back from suspension, obviously, after that 3-1 defeat against
Yeah,
Juventus.
good news
at
for
the
Bayern.
Bernabeu.
Yeah, they'll be happy about that.
Who have you got in this one,
I've
Steve?
got Real Madrid. I'm not convinced that Bayern Munich are the force that people seem to think they are. You know, for me, they haven't really played anybody all year. Yes, PSG were in the group, but the game they beat PSG in Munich didn't count.
Oh.
So I'm not convinced that this is a strong Bayern team. I'm absolutely 100% going for Real Madrid.
We can't just dismiss Bayern Munich and say, well, they haven't played anybody. Bayern Munich is a team that has enough talent on the field that on the day can be dominant. Don't get all excited. You're getting all worked up. Hands are coming up.
They were. You're right. You're right.
All I'm suggesting is that Bayern Munich can be a competitive team. And let's not forget that there were times this season that we were saying, this Real Madrid team, they're done. It's game, set, match. However, having said all that,
let me guess. He's going.
Well, I was right in Real Madrid when nobody was believing in Real Madrid against PSG, so I keep going with Real Madrid. I think right now they're playing at their best.
These two teams know each other extremely well. In fact, they have met more than any other side in the history of European competition in the knockout stages. Welcome then to extra time. How's the blood pressure, Stevie? Is it all right?
I'm sorry. That was very impressive, by the way.
There you go.
You're not cutting on here, are you?
Right then. How worried was Stevie?
Nobody will know what you're talking about.
All right.
I like an applause to start.
Just chilling.
So, I don't know. Fair enough. Fair enough.
How worried was Stevie when Roma scored that second goal?
I wanted the final whistle to go. Because
You
every
were
time they were...
calling Lovren lots of naughty names.
Oh, my goodness. Well, all you got to do is be professional. You're 5-0 up. Be professional. Don't overcommit. Don't be aggressive.
He had a great game.
Cool
Somebody
and
told you
calm.
in Twitter
Aye,
he had
somebody
a
did.
great game.
He had a great game, just one mistake.
No, what about the one? All right, what about the one after the mistake for the goal where he took a touch and tried to clear it and it always ricocheted in his own net? What about the one in the first half when he challenged?
He had two challenges in the ball.
It could have been a penalty.
I mean, seriously.
But Lovren is going to be in the Champions League final. He could win the Champions League.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, but... I mean, let's be honest. If there's a weakness in this team, there's no question.
Yeah.
Listen,
He's a weakness because he...
You know you won, right?
hey, if he walks in here now,
I can't know, but
you'd be like,
they're
oh,
5-0.
Dejan. Oh, it's a real...
I beg your pardon. Excuse
I
me.
really like you, you know.
Excuse me, I would not.
But you do the same with Ramos as well.
You want to tell you what, go and give him a call, get him in here. You should find out.
When he's in Kiev?
Yes, it could be available right there.
Perfect.
I say, you're not kidding. I'll get into Lovren's room and do something so he can't play. Then we'll have a better chance.
Whoa, you
So
heard
you're
it
not
here.
going to Kiev?
That's not a surprise attack anymore.
If I have to go to Kiev to make sure he doesn't play, then yes.
But then who plays instead of him?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Well, I think you need another
I
centre
don't
back, don't you?
care. I don't care.
Who's the other one? Clavan?
Clavan? You've got Wall.
You've got him on my lover.
You've got Wall.
All right, my Clavan.
Clavan?
Get in here. Park that tractor over there, Clavan, and come with me.
It comes in every now and again.
That does, I find that. Listen, the old classic. If I'd given you 5-2 to start a game, you'd have taken it, which is correct. But it's disappointing that the game was done and dusted. The old tie was over at 5-0, and you give them a chance.
You won. Let me repeat that.
No.
You won. And you scored 5 goals.
Still.
And it didn't look like Roma could defend anybody.
No.
Today, tomorrow, or anywhere else.
Is Salah the best in the world right now?
Is he the most on form in the world right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not the best.
Him and Ronnie, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That's all right, but you leave Messi out if you want to, but I'm not gonna.
Well, I think obviously, it depends what stretch we're looking at.
Yeah, well. At your own risk, leave Messi out. I'll keep him.
He's the informed player, isn't he?
Yeah.
In terms of
Been
goals.
outstanding.
But
Who would you take, Ronaldo or Salah?
Right now.
Say it's a Real Madrid-Liverpool final, and you're in the hotel room, and somehow you can do a swap.
yeah. And you,
Well, I would have to
so
say-
you're there again. I mean,
You're hanging around that hotel too
I would
much.
have to say that if there's a chance, right now, Salah is probably taking more of the chances than even Ronaldo was.
so you've just come out the room. I don't know what you've done with.
Lovren's
I don't know what you've done with Lovren, but you've came out the room. You've got down the escalator, and
come
now
up
you've got a
with-
choice.
Can do scenarios.
What would you do in that scenario?
No, I take Ronaldo.
Take Ronaldo?
Yeah. That's not saying that Salah hasn't been great, but I take Ronaldo.
Ronnie?
Yeah.
Gab, would you like to interject?
You know, when we actually talked about this on the Real show a while back, I helped Stevie out by saying, you know, well, maybe Salah is a better fit for Klopp's system, and probably still holds true, but it's really hard to look past Ronaldo. 25 goals in the last 15 games.
Yes.
So yeah, I'd still lean Ronaldo.
Gab, will Roma rest any of their best players on the weekend Serie A game?
I'm not sure they can. They had the same debate, you know, after the Barcelona defeat. They need to finish top four. It's really important. I'm going to use Craig's three favorite words now.
Oh.
Financial fair play. They're under a settlement agreement, and it makes a huge difference to them to finish top four, get back in the Champions League next season. They're level with Lazio on points right now, and Inter Milan are just 1 point behind. So, no, I don't think that they can afford to rest too many. Maybe De Rossi will sit out, but they got Pellegrini coming in. That's not an issue, but they got to stay focused on both. Keep both balls up in the air. And I think actually I might have made the point that one of the reasons Liverpool are favored, in addition to having better players, is the fact that, you know, their Premier League ended 3 weeks ago, and really the focus for them has been very much on the Champions League.
Park the bus or go for the away goal in Rome?
Well, Liverpool go for the goal.
They don't
Should
know how
they?
to park the bus.
As they say, the best form of defence is attack. And in Liverpool's case, that is absolutely 100% true.
You may ask for trouble if you actually go and try to park the bus and you don't know how to do it. It doesn't come natural to this team. So
What was this? My memory's not great. It was
5-2.
the Man City game. The Man City game, Champions League. It was a 3-goal lead. They took it
3-0.
3-0. They went one down after 2 minutes.
I would imagine they'll play a pretty similar way.
That's the end of extra time.
that's it.
What's he doing with Lovren?
I know what I would do.
Yeah.
You're going to Kiev?
Ladies'
Should
boots.
we clap for you for the end of extra time? Yeah.
Just clap all the time.
Yeah,
I
that was,
like it.
yeah, well done.
ESPN Plus, of course, is the new home of ESPN.